A name is huge, from a branding perspective, from an identity perspective. Wanted something that was certainly going to be catchy. As a creative group, you need to have something that's going to really resonate with people. It wasn't easy coming up with, and anybody knows it's kind of been through this exercise coming up with a name for your business because it's so personal. You really take it personal, and there's a lot of time and effort that goes into coming up with a name. But it's not only coming up with something that's good and catchy, but is it even available? For us, having a web design, having the domain name, evolvecreativegroup.com, we really had to make sure that there was something available, that we could grab. So that somewhat dictated what the name of the business was going to be. Evolve was just perfect. It just resembled everything that I wanted the business to be about. I mean, for the online space, the online channel that we're in, it's all about change, and it's all about evolution. And if you don't really stay on top of everything and be a leader in this field, then you're going to fall off. So things are constantly changing and evolving. So it just kind of made sense, and went from there. Well, we'll be 4 years in February, and I guess it was probably like 2 years in. The first year, it's just like a newborn baby, just learning how to walk. You're just kind of, I never owned a business before outside of the paper route, if you want to call that a business, but that was really the only experience I had. So there was a lot of trial and error, and reading and researching and meeting with other business professionals and learning how they kind of set up their business. So it was probably after a year the business was going, starting to get a decent client base, just getting some experience in general, and setting up our books, getting an accounting firm and a lawyer, and kind of getting all those people, those assets together, and then starting to build on top of that. So I'd say going into the second year, it seemed like, okay, this is a viable business, and I was ready to make my first hire, and that was probably the time. After that first hire, it seemed like this is real. Now it's not just me I'm worried about. I have to feed somebody. I have to put food on the table for this other person. I'm responsible for them. So that's probably really when it changed. I suppose it would be nice to have an MBA, or to have some people that you can kind of bring in and talk to learn about it. I know Akron and Ohio has a lot of different programs that you can have some business professionals or retired professionals come and talk to you a little bit about it. For me, and it's interesting, I just read something in Entrepreneur magazine about they were asking 6 different people how they got into, or why they're an entrepreneur and how they got started. And most people say that it's not necessarily something you've always dreamed about. It just kind of happens, or you might be pushed into it through necessity. But certainly there's got to be something in there, something innate that's just, you're that type of person. It's not meant for everybody. What was nice was the past agency that I worked at, I was hired in to build their interactive department. So I pretty much was able to run a business without it being mine. I did everything except for manage kind of the HR part. I mean, I hired and fired if I needed to, but it was more about me having the experience to kind of run that business. I was the front person. I was out selling the business. I was at the beginning even doing the design and development, making sure, working closely with the owner to make sure that we're growing and we're being profitable. So that gave me the experience and the knowledge and the confidence to say, you know what, I'm putting in a lot of hours here. I think I can do this on my own. It wasn't something I had planned. It just kind of happened, but it did give me, the knowledge and confidence to do it. So I think that was really the best thing. I read a ton of books and, asked some people about starting a business, but really, you just kind of got to go for it and learn as you go, and hopefully you don't make, you know, huge mistakes. You know, and I took everything very slow, you know, baby steps. You know, I really made sure, or tried to make sure I was doing all the right things, everything legitimate, you know, everything to the book, business proposal, business strategy, you know, looking at all the numbers, the clients, doing a year-end review, making sure that, you know, the mistakes that we made, not making the same mistakes, trying new things, testing new things. So I'd say that's pretty much it.